Hello, and welcome to Time is Precious with Coach Precious. I'm your coach, and that's me, Coach Precious. Why would I have a show with such a title? What is the deal? The deal is this: we are here for a time, a reason, a season, and for too long, our struggles have determined our experience in life. And it has cost us. It's cost us a lot. And sometimes we have not learned how to overcome. So we continue the cycle. We pass it on. Those who watch us and observe us, they're learning by watching. And what they're seeing is not helpful and it's actually harmful. And my goal is to help us to recognize that with the time we have, we are to make it count. And making it count means we are doing some intentional things about really enjoying life for all that it has to offer. Yes, there are things beyond our control. Yes, there are things that we would not choose and do not like, but that's not all there is. There is so much more. There are opportunities, there are possibilities, there are experiences yet to happen, and it starts here, it goes down to the heart, and it shows itself also through our hands and feet. The actions that we take are based on what we think and what we're willing to do with those realizations. So time is precious, and we are to make the most of it. I'm not counting time down. I'm recognizing the importance of basking in it. And I want us to be intentional about that journey together because I want to support as many as possible. The same way I want my life to be full and complete, I'd like to support others in the same process because each one reaches one. However, we are, when we are in a healthy state of being, we cannot keep that to ourselves and it impacts the planet. And that's what I'm on a mission to impact the planet in some powerful, power packed ways that are just that. It's impactful in a positive way. So that's me, and I'm here to share and to be a part of this great process of, of making time count in the ways we are intentional about how we use it. A little bit about my background. I have a background in teaching, so that has been a big part of it. I've taught from early childhood all the way to post high school, college, career setting wise, also adults in other settings and experiences through different teachings, just maybe not always in a formal educational sense only, but outside of that. Um, I have experience in the mental health field as a behavioral health specialist. So it's not in the clinical space, but in the experiential and in the life skills realm. I have experience there. It was a wonderful training ground, also. So much is learned when we experience. And so I'm grateful for that experience as well. I have a short amount of time that I did spend as a CASA, a court appointed special advocate for children. I was a CASA for children. And so I appreciate the experiences that were gained there. And I've been a specialist in supporting change management within organizations. And I, my biggest part of me is really a combination. So my undergraduate, I have a degree in communications, and that's who I am naturally, a communicator, a connector, I'm a relationship person. And then my next level of experience, my master's is in teaching, and that's also who I am. So what I learn, I share, and being able to communicate that well and effectively, it's all in there together. I realize as I look back, so much was intentional, but beyond my scope and awareness at the time. Um, what you can expect from me um, is that I will be honest, open, and real with you because that's what I like for myself as well. I'm not into the fluff. I'm into the real because fluff doesn't last. What's solid is what will withstand time. And so that's what you can expect real from me. You can expect that the things that we face on a daily basis, we will talk about how to manage that effectively. Because there are things that are beyond our control. They happen because life happens. It's just not the end. Even though it's difficult, there are ways to manage, and there are ways that those difficult experiences can leave us better. They really can. And I even believe that's really the gist or a big part of why they happen in the first place, because there's something in it for us, and even bigger than just that part, there's something in our experiences for humanity, for the planet. So our challenging times are not just for fun, not to just pass time. They happen, but they also there's a wholeness that can come from it as we share and grow out of those experiences. Um, Basically, who I am is a combination of what I have been educated in, but even more importantly, what I have experienced in life. And so, just on the real now, just we can have fun. I've gotten some of the other stuff out of the way. I am not immune and have not been to life's happenings just like you're not. It does not matter what our backgrounds, what our experiences, who our family is, where we come from. Life happens to us all, no matter what language we speak or what part of the globe we occupy. That's a universal truth. That's something we all share. We all get some, so to speak, in life. So if some means challenge, if some means uncertainty, you can fill in the blank. We all get some. Just keep living. And if you've lived to this point and you're here with me right now, you already likely know this. And what I'm excited about, it's it's a chance and it's a change to go to the next level. So when we experience the difficulties, we really do have an opportunity for awakenings, for enlightenment, and that's part of making it count. Because what happens to us is often happening for us. And it takes time to get there. It takes time to see that. And I'm not saying everything is good because I don't believe that everything that happens is good and on a surface level, but I believe it can happen for good. It can it can be seeds for good to come from whatever we've experienced. Because what's the alternative? That is just for naught. It's just some experience that's just to take us down and we stay down. I don't believe that. And that's not what I choose to live. So I don't believe that the joy that we can get from life is just because good things happen. I think it's because we have an awareness and an ability to make good from what happens. I'm going to say that again. It's not just that everything that happens to us is good, but that we have a knowledge, an awareness, and we're intentional about being open to the good that we can make happen, the good that we can gain from the experiences that have happened to us. And I want to support us in that. I recognize that's something that I and the world really need more of. We need to be intentional about creating good from whatever happens, being able to let that be seeds, let those seeds that have been planted sprout something good because of how we have tended the soil, how we have watered the ground, and then we get to watch the fruit. And us being intentional about our experiences and how we grow from them, we have no choice but for good to happen, and that's the legacy that we leave. So time really is precious. It's a precious commodity, and it's something we all have. We can't say that some people have more or better because it's just time. And if we're still here, we still have it. We have time, and being intentional about how we utilize it is part of my mission and is part of my lived experience. And I'm excited. So we will bring together, you will share on your side just as you process it and what you consider. And I will share from my side a lot of practical experiences and how to create the joy and the peace and the understanding that we can shape these experiences for ourselves, the result, so that it's good and we're making the most of the time that we have, being very intentional, being very invested, engaged, and actually enjoying ourselves. We want to enjoy this time that we have here. So that is part of what I will do. So I'm happy that you have chosen to join me today. I look forward to more time together as we continue to meet on a regular basis and just spending time appreciating that gift, being intentional about our appreciation for it. So, as we grow together, you put your hats on, your seatbelts. Let's get ready as we explore more in ways that maybe hadn't been considered before, hadn't framed it this way, this experience or the situation that we've been through, the experiences rather. And I'll leave you with this. Part of what has shaped me was one of the darkest times for me. And it lasted way longer than I wanted it to last. And there was a decision that had to be made. And more of this in my story can come out as time goes on and we share time together. But I had to make a decision. And I felt like it was one that made me choose between, as the saying goes, a rock and a hard place. Well, both of them are hard. How do you choose? And I had to make some decisions and decide to choose, because to not choose is still a choice, because we know that by not being definitive and making a decision, life is going to still happen. We can just say hands off, I didn't choose it, it just happened to me. But being able to make that choice is a healthy thing. And I am now reaping some of the benefits, and not even all, for the decision that I did make. The rewards are really innumerable. Like I can't number them because they're still happening. And it doesn't mean that every day or all of the days were fluff and rainbows and butterflies, because they absolutely weren't. That's the part I'm talking about, being practical, being real. Every day is not exciting. Sometimes it's downright bad. I'll just say that. Or it feels such. But there are things going on in the process. There are things going on in the process for our favor, for our benefit. So my message to us, no matter how dark or challenging the time is, we are gifted with time. And it's not over when it's not over. When we still have time, there are still experiences, there are still gifts that are able to come to us. There are things that we can co-create and be a part of when we're intentional and when we are aware. Awareness is, I'll say it's the opposite of being ignorant, because sometimes some say ignorance is bliss, maybe so, but it's timed. That's just for a time. But awareness is being intentional, and it gives us the power and the ability to do something with our awareness. Because what fun is it to just have some knowledge, some realization, but feel like we're bound? We can't do anything with that, or we're afraid to do something with that. That's not making it count. That time is precious component. Making it count is all about being aware, being intentional, and being responsible with the knowledge that we have. There's joy in it. There are rewards beyond comprehension. So I look forward to being with you, a part of life, the life that's happening to you, the life that is happening for you, and learning how to take those experiences and create something beautiful from them intentionally. And they won't just benefit us, they will benefit the planet, because a ripple effect just continues. And when you inspire someone else, And that ripple continues still, it just continues. And there's a legacy of health, healing, and wholeness. So, time is precious. Let's make it count together. Coach Precious, and I'm happy to be here with you through this process.